Ranking all Arkansas two-digit interstates. All right, today we're going to be looking at the four two-digit interstates in Arkansas: Interstate 30, 40, 49, and 55. Before I continue, I would just ask you to please leave a like, leave a subscribe, and comment below. I will reveal the next two videos that'll be released in the future. So if you have any other roads you would like me to cover, please leave a comment below, or if you have any extra requests for either of these, feel free to do so. Alright, starting at the top, the best signed interstate in Arkansas is Interstate 40. So here we are in western Arkansas, just entering the Arkansas state line. 3 miles in, we have Interstate 40 east, time for Little Rock, so good job here. At interchanges, we also have Little Rock, so Arkansas is good about signing their state capital. Also in West Arkansas, we have an awesome sign here. We have 40 east for Little Rock and Memphis, so we got Memphis signed here. And a similar thing here in North Little Rock, going on 40 west, we have Fort Smith and Oklahoma City. So they like to sign two primaries on their overheads, so I think that is really cool. Here we are also in West Arkansas. This is on Interstate 49. We have 40 east for Alma, Little Rock, 40 west for Van Buren, Fort Smith. Little Rock, Fort Smith, definitely the right primaries here. Alma and Van Buren, I don't really know why those are listed on here. Those seem kind of useless, but at least we got the primaries here. Here we are in North Little Rock again. We're on Interstate 30, meeting 40. 40 west sign for Conway, Fort Smith. 40 east sign for Jacksonville and Memphis. Conway, I think, is a sensible secondary. Jacksonville, I probably would just sign St. Louis, maybe, because of US 67. Probably would sign that instead. But Jacksonville is where the Air Force Base is, so I understand why it's signed. And here coming into Memphis, we have 40 East, Memphis, Nashville, and 55 South, Memphis, and Jackson, Mississippi. So I like this. They are differentiating the control cities that 40 and 55 will go to after Memphis. So I like that. And Arkansas is good about listing their primary controls on their mileage sign. So here we have Memphis, Little Rock, Fort Smith, and Oklahoma City. So good job here. And the only thing I would complain about this road is maybe some of the secondary sign at the interchanges. We have Conway and Sallisaw, Oklahoma signed on interchanges, as well as West Memphis. Conway and Sallisaw do kind of make sense as secondaries, but here, West Memphis, this is Arkansas being really provincial, and I mean, normally this would knock this interstate down a bit, but since 40 in Arkansas has so many like swings, I can overlook a dumb interchange sign. Alright, number 2 is Interstate 30. I-30 is signed pretty consistently, so that's why it is where it is. So 30 East is signed for Hope and Little Rock. Hope is a somewhat sensible secondary since that's the birthplace of Bill Clinton. Here we are in downtown Little Rock, or approaching downtown. We have 30 East to Interstate 40 as we meet 630 West, and we have this downtown Little Rock sign because that's where Arkansas wants you to exit for downtown. So pretty good sign here. And here we are on Interstate 40, meeting 30. 30 is signed for Little Rock. Since we're in North Little Rock, I think Little Rock is a good choice here. Here we are also in the Little Rock area. 30 West is signed for Texarkana, as we're meeting 440 and 530. And we have Little Rock signed on every mileage sign, and also Texarkana on every mileage sign going westbound. So yeah, not much to say about 30. Everything is very consistent. We have the primaries on the mileage signs and also at the interchanges. Number 3 is Interstate 49. So Interstate 49 is signed fairly well on the sections that it is running on right now. It's hard to say what the primary controls will be once 49 is completed, but I hope they use Fort Smith and Texarkana on those sections. But here we are approaching US 71, and also the spur to US 59. Everything's signed well here. At interchanges, we have Shreveport and Texarkana signs, so I like that. And the northern section, we have 49 north for Fayetteville, which is a good choice. Here in the Fayetteville area, I believe this is in Springdale, but we have Rogers signed at the interchange, which I actually agree with, and I think is a good way to sign the interchanges, because Rogers, Springdale, and Bentonville are larger than Joplin, Missouri, which is the primary on Interstate 49 proper. But I think signing these at the interchanges is good for local traffic, so I agree with this. However, we do have a few dumb secondaries on this road. We have 49 north for Lowell on the state highway that we meet. Lowell, I don't understand why this is signed and not, say, Rogers, because Rogers is bigger and not that far away. Lowell is just the next town over, so I really think it should change this. And also, as we're meeting the split for US 71 for Bella Vista, Interstate 49, and the Bella Vista bypass is signed for Gravette and Joplin. I talked about this on my I-49 video. I don't know why Gravette is signed, because this is not the is acting like the primary control at this interchange, as we see right here. We have Fort Smith signed south, so they sign a primary control going south, but then we have Gravette signed north, which doesn't make a lot of sense because 49 doesn't really get close to Gravette, and Gravette's only like 3,000 people. If you're going to sign something else, sign Joplin, or if you're going to sign a secondary here, maybe sign Neosho, because at least Missouri is signing that as a secondary. So, I don't know, just at least try not to be as provincial. Anyway, number 4, the worst one in Arkansas that is signed. Don't forget, this is not a critique on their road quality or their traffic. This is just how they are signed on the highway itself. And number 4 is Interstate 55. So let's start with the positives. We saw a sign earlier on the I-40 placement. We have 40 east for Memphis and Nashville. South is for Memphis and Jackson. I like that they have MS on there to differentiate it from Jackson, Tennessee, which is, you know, kind of big for Tennessee, and, you know, could get drivers lost if they're entering Tennessee, so I like this. And going the other way, coming out of Memphis, as we're meeting Interstate 40, or splitting off from 40, rather, we have 55 north for Blytheville and St. Louis. St. Louis definitely should be on there. Blytheville, I don't really know why that's on there. And on the mileage signs, we do have St. Louis signs, so I fully agree with that as where it should be. And going the other way, we have Memphis on the mileage signs as well. So mileage signs is pretty good on this road. However, we're about to get to why it is last. So every interchange coming from Memphis, 55 north is signed for Blytheville. It's signed as a secondary on the pull-throughs, but on every interchange going up to Blytheville, it is signed only for Blytheville and not St. Louis. So I don't really like that. And here we are on 55 south on one of the interchanges. We have Blytheville and Memphis, so at least they listed as a secondary here. And this is the reason why 55 is where it is. We have 55 south Marion and West Memphis, which are 2 Arkansas suburbs of Memphis. These should not be on this sign. I've always thought about going out here and just spray painting the west green so we just have Memphis sign, but obviously I can't really do that. It's probably against the law, as we're being Interstate 555. But at this exact interchange, we have 55 South Memphis, so we don't even have West Memphis sign here. We just have Memphis. So why is the pull-through sign for West Memphis? Even the next mileage sign here has Memphis. It also has West Memphis, which is on the top line, which is the only place it should be. Interstate 4016, Memphis 23. So, yeah, it's like, it's such a pointless sign. I don't know why that is. If they got rid of the sign, Arkansas could be high A tier, or maybe even S tier, like compared to other states. But here we are. Anyway, thanks for watching this ranking. I will put all 4 of these roads in a tier list. Here we are. We have 40 in S tier. The West Memphis thing could, bump it down to A, but again, like the main line is signed pretty well, and that interchange with West Memphis is very minute, so I'm not really that angry about it. 30, I'd say A tier. Could be S, depending on who you ask, but 30 signed pretty consistently, so I think A tier is an okay spot for it. If you disagree, just leave a comment below. Interstate 49, I got B tier. Pretty good for the most part, like on the main line, but the Gravette and Lowell thing is just kind of a mess, so I put it in B. And then C tier, I got Interstate 55. Gets points for signing Memphis and St. Louis on the mileage signs and most of their overheads. But we have the West Memphis thing, which is really dumb, and the Blytheville signs too are a little annoying, so 55 is going C tier. And again, thank you for watching, and don't forget to leave a like, leave a subscribe, and leave a comment on any exit requests or any future roads you would like me to cover. So the future roads I have are Interstate 64 in Arkansas, and then US 371. I'll cover the entire route since it only goes between 2 states, so be on the lookout for that one. And I hope you enjoyed, and see you later.